still at Mountain View Cemetery, and this is another episode that I've been really excited to bring you. So we're at the grave of Julia Morgan. And Julia Morgan was one of the first female architects, the first female architect licensed in the state of California for sure. And she was born in 1872, and her mom came from money, Eliza. Her dad was a businessman, but he didn't exactly meet with a lot of success. But, she was born in the city, and she had a certain amount of privilege due to her mother's family. And one of these, an example of this, is the fact that she used to spend her summers on the East Coast with her maternal grandparents, and she became good. She developed a close friendship with her cousin Lucy, and Lucy married an architect. His name was Pierre, and he was able to kind of take Julia under his wing and kind of teach her some of the tools of the trade. So it's because of this influence that she ended up going to school in Paris. And she was the first female admitted to this school. She met with a lot of sexism there. They had rules that women could not be in school past their 30th birthday. And by the time Julia was admitted, she was already 27 or so. She tried 2 or 3 times to get in, and they wouldn't let her in. One time in particular, they altered her test scores, and then tried to say that she didn't score high enough. When she was finally able to get in, it was technically a 5-year program, and she did it in 3. Because she was a badass. And so she finished this program in 3 years, came back to California, and she became an architect under the man John Galen Howard, I believe his name was. And he was also pretty sexist. He said that she was his top designer, in terms of the paper, the designs, the hand-drawn designs they make. But that he liked it because since she was a woman, he didn't have to pay her. Or pay her as well. So, yeah, there was that. So, so she got her own office, and this was 1904. She got her own office. The office was in the, no, that was the second office. The first office was destroyed in the earthquake, the 1906 earthquake. But she got another office in the Merchant Exchange building, which is why that is now home to the Julia Morgan Ballroom. And when she got her own office, or her second office in 1907, her career just kind of took off after that. She was, like I said, the top architect in the state. She was a very talented woman. She was also really short. She was shorter than me. So she was a talented little lady, for sure. She designed over 800 buildings, and most of them still stand. One of the buildings that I'll show you, I'll attach a video at the end of this, is Chapel of the Times, which is literally right outside the gates of the cemetery. She designed that. She designed Hearst Castle. She designed El Campanile on the campus of Mills College. She designed Asilomar. She designed the Julia Morgan House, which, don't be fooled by the name, she never lived in it. She designed the Berkeley Theater, that's now home to the Berkeley Playhouse, the Berkeley Women's Club. She designed a building in the Berkeley Botanical Gardens, although I can't remember which one. She's designed buildings all over the place. She was a trailblazer in the field as well, because she became known for using reinforced concrete, which was one of the reasons why so many of her buildings survived the earthquake, or earthquakes in general. So yeah, she definitely still a pioneer in the field. She also got a degree in engineering from UC Berkeley. So I think there's still buildings named Julia Morgan in her honor on that campus, because they didn't have an architecture program. So she was like, hey, I'll just get an engineering degree. Why not? So she did. So yeah, that's Julia Morgan. There's very little known about her personal life. She was a very private lady. She never married, never had kids, very rarely granted an interview. And she just, kind of lived a very humble and modest life, even though she was probably the most talented architect in this area. So yeah, we definitely salute Julia Morgan, because those are some gorgeous buildings that we can still view today, and only because she used reinforced concrete basically. So good for her, and may she rest in peace, and thank you for joining in, and we'll see you soon. Bye.